now I invite Aline and Camila to join. We will have a hands-on session. I will just plug it on the laptop again, the screen. And well, Camila, just a second, I need to share your image here with the classroom. All right, people are already seeing you and Aline. We need to get the boards. You can introduce yourself, Aline and Camila. Please go on.
Thank you, Tiago. I think that I already introduced myself enough for today. So I will just say that I'm the current chair of the NATEX project, and I've been with the NATEX community for the past 7 years. And I will let Camila do the talking while I will monitor the YouTube channel because we have some issues.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First, I want to do a quick check. Is my audio okay? Can everyone hear me?
Everything is okay.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So my name is Camila Souza. I am an embedded engineer working for Sony. I am also foreign, since this is in Unicamp, it's in Brazil. It's so nice, and I want to say that I'm also Brazilian. I graduated from the Federal University of Pernambuco, which is the state that I'm from. And I did electronics engineering there. And then I went on to do a master's in artificial intelligence from that same university. So it's really nice to be talking to you guys, that are in person there. And now I'm working for Sony in the Spresense project. And my role in the Spresense project is to help build and develop the Spresense community. So one of the most important things that I do is to give users the technical support that they need so that they can run their projects. So we have a forum where they can leave their questions, and I am always there looking for the questions and answering. And also I try to develop like technical documentation and YouTube videos and all these sort of resources that help developers get started with this Spresense board. And also like events, partnerships with the universities. So that this is my role. And I want to say that I'm so happy to be here talking to you guys about this Spresense board and about NATEX. So what we're going to do, I think, is that I'll give a brief introduction about the Spresense microcontroller, how to get NATEX working on the Spresense hardware. And then I'll leave you guys free to run through what we've discussed here and start with your own personal, projects and, just testing things. And me and Aline will be here to provide support. And after that, maybe more to the end of the workshop, then we can have you saying the feedback and what happened, what you liked, what you not like, what you thought it was easy, what you thought it was difficult, and what you were able to do with the board in this period of time that we're together. So now I'm going to share my screen quickly. And
Camila.
Yes.
If you want, give some, for example, some instructions here. Do people need to be near the power supply, or only USB is enough?
Oh, so the USB is enough. I will run through each of the components that you got and how they work together. But I believe that you have a main board, camera board, and an extension board. And you should have a micro USB cable too. And then all you need is to connect the main board to your computer through the micro USB. I'm also assuming that you guys are running Linux. And I think that's all that you need.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I will explain a little bit about the hardware, and I'll try to run an example here, and then you can get started trying to follow what I showed. Yes, so let me share my presentation with you. Yes. So quick summary, introduction. I'll talk about the extension board. We have a few of them. I'll
Camila,
talk about, yes, please.
Just a second. Try to go into presentation mode and then share the presentation mode window.
Okay. Sorry. Presentation mode. Yes, is that better?
Yes, it looks better.
Thank you. So I'll talk about some add-on boards, the whole Spresense environment. Then I'll talk about how to develop for it, some tools that we have for AI development, and then some use cases. And then we can do a quick hands-on. Yes, so this is the Spresense board. It consists of an Arduino compatible board with Sony's high-performance CXT5602 microcontroller. It is a multi-core microcontroller that's equipped with 6 low-power ARM Cortex processors. This chip is built to be very power efficient, which enables for use cases that are battery dependent. We also have built-in GNSS system that can receive GPS, QZSS, and GLONASS at the same time. We have built-in high-resolution audio function that supports up to 8 channels. So this makes the board really good for IoT applications, for example, since it has some computing power. That's the whole thing about this board. It has some computing power, but at the same time, it's very efficient, right? Very power efficient. So this is really good for IoT applications. Maybe you need to leave your device in the field and you don't have access to a lot of power. You maybe put it on a battery, but you don't want to have to change the battery all the time. So those are good applications for the Spresense hardware. And the Spresense is a family of, we're trying to build an environment. So we have the main board, and then we have some extension boards that pair up with it to extend functionality. So in the main board, it's the small one, and some of its features, it has 8 megabytes of flash memory. It has the camera connector, this thingy here. That's where you put the connector for your camera board. GNSS antenna, and the GPIOs, ADCs, all the good stuff. So this is like the brains of the operation. And then, like I said, to extend its functionalities and make it so that your project has everything that it needs, we have some extension boards. The first one is the regular extension board. So this one, it makes the Spresense compatible with Arduino Uno shields. So we have Arduino Uno compatible pin sockets. It also has a headphone jack, so for audio applications. It has a micro SD card slot. So for example, if you're taking a picture and you want to save that picture to an SD card, then you need the extension board to be able to put an SD card in there. And you also have multiple microphone pins. And this pairs up with the main board through this board-to-board connector right here. So when you're playing with your boards, the first thing that you want to make sure is that they are connected and this connection is stable. So yeah, the main board in the back has the same one, and you just pair those two. And then we have the LTE extension board. This one is to add connectivity to your project. So really good for IoT applications. And the really cool thing here about Spresense, I'll talk about that more in use cases too, but since it has some computing power, then you don't need to send and stream a lot of data, maybe to the cloud to do some computation there. You can do some computation on the edge and then stream less data, right? So if you want connectivity, then you get the LTE extension board. it has a slot for SIM card. And then we have a list of confirmed LTE operators. So you can check that. And unfortunately, it hasn't been tested in every country. So you have to check if your country has been, like if we were able to do the tests and which operators we have confirmed that work. So that too has onboard antenna. It also has the headphone jack, SIM card slot, micro SD card slot, and the microphone inputs. And please stop me at any point if you have any questions. And then we have our camera boards. So here we have two different camera boards. The first one is the regular camera. If your application just needs to have like a good quality picture, then that is the camera board to go. But we also have an option for applications where your lighting conditions are not that good. And this is the HDR camera board. HDR stands for high dynamic range, and this one takes really high quality pictures in low light conditions. So say you're monitoring something 24/7 and it's out in the open, you're gonna have to monitor through the night, then the HDR camera is a really good option. And I'm gonna show you some pictures taken from the two cameras so that we can compare them. And here is the difference. So in the bottom there, we see that this picture was taken at night, and the left side was without HDR and the right side was with the HDR. So here in the top, for example, in the left, you can see that there are bright spots that you're not able to see through. And on the right, those got a lot better. And this is a picture from just the HDR camera, and you can see it from the side that it has a lens, and you can also adjust the focus manually. And you can take pictures from things that are like very, very close to the camera, adjusting the focus. So that's really good. Aline actually printed this for me in the office. Thank you, Aline. And also, so those are the Spresense official extension boards, but there are also other boards that can pair up with it that are out there in the market. So since we're compatible with Arduino shields, there are some Arduino shields that you can use. For example, Relay, Ethernet shield, and there are some add-on boards which go directly to the Spresense main board. So here, for example, we have Wi-Fi, we have an add-on board just for a sensor, we have Bluetooth, and more recently, there was released this board called Common Sense, which is a board with sensors for the Spresense board. So it has like accelerometer and temperature, humidity, it has like 10 plus sensors. So it's like very complete extension board. And sorry about my voice. So now for development environments, we have the Spresense SDK that is based on Nuttix, right? So you can use Nuttix directly, or you can use the Spresense SDK. So here you have full access to Spresense unique features. Like I said, it's based on Nuttix. It has low-level APIs to maximize Spresense performance. So memory optimization, power saving, multiprocessing options. And you can use it through a CLI, or you can also use it through Visual Studio. So we have an extension for Visual Studio that provides a graphical interface that we can use. So that's really cool too. And I will show more about the Spresense SDK and Nuttix working on Spresense a little bit later. But I want to mention some tools for AI development. And that is because AI has been very on hype recently. We have seen a lot of really cool applications using machine learning on the edge. We'll talk about some of them. And for those of you who have an idea and want to apply machine learning to your project, there are some options for Spresense. So first of all, we have TensorFlow, actually TensorFlow Lite, which is built for microcontrollers. Spresense has support for that. We also have this partnership with this company called Edge Impulse. So Edge Impulse is a platform for machine learning that offers support for Spresense. And on their platform, you can do all the steps of the machine learning development using this very good user interface. So it's more intuitive. And you can do all the steps from collecting your data and training your model and then deploying it on Spresense. And we also have Nabla, which is Sony's neural network library. It's an open source library for machine learning. So those are the three options. And this is a picture of what Edge Impulse looks like. Like I said, you can collect, design, test, and deploy your machine learning model to Spresense. And then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the developer world. So developer world is this website where we offer support for users. And we have developer world/Spresense, where you can see everything about Spresense, the technical documentations, the hardware files, the guides, the schematics, everything is available in there. Also, you have access to the Spresense forum, you have access to some webinars, YouTube videos, so all sorts of resources to get you started and working with your Spresense hardware. We also have developer.sony.com/open source. So this one, you have just like a build guide, a guide to get started with Notix on Spresense. And we're going to go through that guide in just a few minutes. And then if you have any questions, there are some options while you're working on your project. So we have the Notix mailing list that's there on the slides, and you can send your questions. There's also the Notix GitHub issues that you can use. And if you have questions that are more related to the Spresense hardware, something's not working, then you can also use the forum. And I'm behind that, looking at the questions and trying to help the users. And then I just wanted to talk about some use cases that they're pretty cool that I've seen recently. So we also have this partnership with Hackster, and we had a contest last year. It was a long contest, I believe it was something around 3 months, where a lot of users spend a lot of time working on their projects, and they developed really cool applications. And we had some prizes for the winners. It was really fun. I think the first prize was like a PlayStation 5, and then we had like headphones. And some of the applications that we saw, and if you go in this website, there's a bunch of applications, but those are the 3 winners. So we had a smart student driver assistant, and on that one, someone put the Spresense camera board connected with the Spresense main board and extension board on the roof of a car, looking at the driver. And the purpose was to teach, help, with the driver that was learning how to drive. And so they run a machine learning model to recognize some mistakes that the beginner driver could make. So, for example, if they picked up their phone and started talking while they were driving, Spresense would notice that and would make a noise, or telling the driver that it was a mistake. And they also ran some things like if you go through a bump speed too fast, and those kinds of things. So that was an interesting project. We had someone recognizing the output of a 3D printed device, and they were recognizing if the 3D printing process went as expected. And we also had someone build a bionic arm control. This was a team, and they were trying to recognize the movements that someone was making and make those movements on a bionic arm. Also, things kind of stopped here. Oh, okay. Sorry. Also, with Edge Impulse, which is another partner of ours, there were some very cool projects too. We've seen a lot in agriculture. So we've seen agricultural robotics, drones flying in the farm, seeing if the plants were okay, if it was time to harvest or not, if recognizing plants that shouldn't be there. And we had a smart parking space that a camera would be now on the floor outside of the car and would guide the user on like, oh, you need to steer left, you need to steer right, you need to accelerate, or, you know. And we also had a plant growth estimation to help with the logistics on helping them predict when the plant would be ready to be cropped. I don't know if that's harvested. And that would help with logistics and planning. So that was really cool. And I've said, I think we can go on to our hands-on part. Before I start kind of going through the build instructions, does anyone have any questions so far? If not, then I think we can go through the build instructions. And I'll just stop sharing my presentation and I'll start sharing the screen.
Before going to the build instructions, maybe it's good to ask if people manage to mount the Spresense board on the carrier board and check if the hardware is working. I think that we need the microphone in the room.
Okay, everything is okay here. We are just checking if everybody with all the hardware needed. Okay.
Thank you, Aran.
You didn't bring computer? Oh my gosh. We have one here without a laptop. I will share mine with him, or maybe we can put someone. Did you bring laptop? Yeah, maybe you can sit near with him and help him. Okay, you too? I can't believe you are senior. You cannot do that. It's unbelievable. I told you in the email. Okay, so also Masayuki, can you sit near here with him and help him to make the project?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, you need your laptop. Okay, you are doing together.
Hello, Aline, Camila, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Can you post the build instructions on the YouTube chat, please? And people can just copy and paste.
I don't have the YouTube page open, but I put in the chat here. Someone can help me.
Yeah, it's in the Jitsi.
Cool.
Camila, they told us the link is not working. Could you please double check the link in the page?
The link is working. I just tested it.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Yeah. Anyone here was able to open the link? Does it work?
Interesting.
Now work. Okay, now it's work now.
Yeah, it is? Okay.
Working? Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay.
We're not able to.
No, it's okay. We're here to go through it together.
Alison, did you bring your laptop with him? So we still need one for. Okay, for that. Okay, I think we're most done. It was a little bit noise. Yeah. Thank you for putting the link, Thiago. Now, Marcelo. Okay, everybody got the link? In the YouTube. Masayo, you can sit near to him. Bring here, so you three be near. Faz os três aqui. Ah, sim. Sorry for the Portuguese.
It's okay.
Okay, we are done to start.
Did everyone check? It would be good to connect the Spresense main board to the computer to see if you were seeing a blue light lighting up, because that that means your board is okay. It's alive. Ah, thank you.
Can we start?
Yes.
Everything's okay? Okay? So let's go, Camila.
I thought you were asking me. I just responded. Okay. I'm going to share the build instructions here. I already have, I'll show you here. I already have my Spresense main board with me. I've already connected it to my camera. And also, maybe that's something I should mention. Okay, so the camera connector, it has one side that's blue and the other side it's not. It's like gray. So when connecting your camera to the main board, the way that I remember which side to put is that the blue side should be looking at the Sony logo, at the Spresense logo in both cameras. This works in both cameras. So I have the blue side, I have the Spresense logo up and like this, and then I will connect it here. So the blue side is looking at the logo, if that made sense. It's how I memorize it. And here's the same thing. The blue side is looking at my logo. So that's how you connect those. And I already have my Spresense main board and my camera board connected, and I have a USB cable. I'm just gonna put that in my computer. Okay. And then we can go through the build instructions together. So the first thing is to prepare your environment. This guide assumes that you're running Ubuntu. And the first thing is that you're gonna just install some packages. So you need to copy and paste this line of code to your terminal. And then you're going to, again, install a tool chain for the ARM architecture. So Aline, do you think I should go through everything and then let them free to do it on their own, or should we go step by step?
I think that we should go step by step, and you have to mention that the tool chain has to be swapped. So basically, not using this one, but using the one from the ARM, the one that I provided to you.
Okay. So then I should give them the link that you sent me.
Camila,
Yes.
please, can you zoom in your website instructions? Yes. I think people are checking directly on the website, but it's better if you can zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good for you to copy and paste. And
so
then,
the background behind this change, sorry, Camila, is the fact that we updated in the NATEX, in the mainline NATEX, we updated the compiler requirements, while it has been fixed yesterday in the build instructions for the main NATEX. Our website is still not updated. So for this, I will paste the link in the chat for the new installation. And when you reach the compiler part, just use the instructions from the NATEX website, which are updated. So now we have the Ubuntu and from ARM. The from ARM part is the one that has to be changed. Okay, this is strange. Even the website, for some reason, yeah, it's not updated, but if you go into the code, it's actually up. No, it's updated. Interesting. It is updated. We need ARM non-EA 10.3, so it's the right one.
okay. So let's do it step by step. So first, this one, the prerequisites here. If everyone could copy and paste this line, and then we'll go to the tool chain. I think that would be best. So please let me know when everyone was able to run this first line, prerequisites.
Yes, Camila, almost everyone run the first line.
Okay.
I think you can move on.
Okay. So now for the second line, we will go over the NATEX, go over to the NATEX page, because those are more updated. So, Aline, am I in the right place? Oops. Here. Aline, am I in the right place? Did Aline leave me?
Alan and Alison are helping the participants.
Thank you.
This is that. I think we can move on. Camila, please. I think that next instruction we need to test
Okay.
the tool chain. Well, Alan, can you post directly on YouTube?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
All right.
So the wget instruction will download directly the tool chain that is needed.
And the next thing that we need to do is to clone the Nutex and the apps repository. So we're going to github.com. We're going to clone github.com/apache/incubator nutex.git and incubator nutex/-apps.
Camila, we graduated the incubator. Please remove the incubator from the link. So it's Apache/Nutex.
Okay.
I will fix it on Monday.
Okay. But here I can't. I can copy and paste to our meeting. So you're saying it's only Apache/Nutex?
Yes.
Okay. And the Nutex apps, is it also without the incubator?
Yes.
Okay. Like this.
You can move on. people already cloned Nuttix.
Cool. Nuttix and apps. Can I go to the next one? Okay. So now that we've installed the prerequisites and that we've downloaded the source code, then we're ready to compile our source code into an executable binary file that we can run on our Spresense board. So the first thing we need to do is configure the board, and that will change depending on the project that you want to do. So we're going to do first the most simple configuration, but keep in mind that this configuration process is where it will depend on the project that you're building. So for example, say that your project wants to use the camera, then you need to run the configurations that are necessary to run the camera. So this is how you will configure the board to depending on your project. So here, this first command will give us a list of pre-existing configurations that we can do. So I will run it here. Oops. And we have the configurations. So for example, we have a USB mass storage class that makes your computer see the SD card in Spresense like it's a USB stick. We have camera example, we have NSH, we have for Wi-Fi, LCD, all sorts of audio, all sorts of different configurations, LTE. So for example, if you want to use the LTE extension board, then we can choose this. So right now we're going to choose the NSH. So we have the Nuttix shell in our board. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And it's saying it's already configured because I've already configured it. So I'm going to clean it and do it again. So I'll just run it again, and you see that I have Spresense and two points, forgot how you call it, and then NSH.
Actually, we see only the website because you're sharing the website, not the shell.
Sorry. No. Let me share now. Let me share my entire screen because it will make it easier. Sorry, guys. So yeah, what I did, and I'll do it again so you can see it now. I ran this first grep Spresense command to see all the configurations that are available here, pre-configured here. So I have example camera, USB, MSC, I have NSH with the Nuttix shell, I have audio, Wi-Fi.
Camila,
yeah.
Can you please increase the letters of your terminal?
Of course. Oops.
I think Control plus plus. So I don't increase the letter.
Control plus plus.
Or maybe Control Shift plus.
Is that better?
Is way
Yes.
better.
Cool. Okay. This is good. And so I'm going to choose here the NSH configuration. And you can see that I have my script tool/configure.sh, and then I have Spresense, 2 points, and NSH, which is the configuration that I chose. And later on, we're going to change that to something a little bit more interesting. So I've already configured that, but you guys didn't see me doing it. And now that I've configured, I'm going to build Nuttix. So I'm going to just say make. and this process can take a few minutes. So while we're waiting, is everyone okay? Are you guys able to follow through the build instructions website? Do you understand so far what's going on?
We are checking everyone's.
Cool.
Just a second.
Yeah, of course.
Almost everyone is being able to build the firmware.
Oh, great.
We're just trying to help with the others.
Great. I'm also in the middle of my build process, but that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna choose a configuration, then build Notix.SPK with that configuration that we chose, and then we're gonna flash into our boards and check the operation. And my build process finished here. Did yours finish too?
I think Masayuki just uploaded the firmware to the board, right?
Oh, great.
I just finished our build and try to download.
All right.
I think you need to use
Okay.
a special to download.
Yeah. I tried this command with my Mac, and but there actually it finished. I think it finished successfully. But if I connect to a serial port, there it says "Welcome to Nash." Yeah. Maybe
that's-
we
so
need to
let me-
update some instruction for updating something. So
Let me
before
see if I will
downloading.
I will flash it to my board, and we'll see. I will open my board and I will see if it's the same.
Oh, really?
Let me see. I am flashing now the build that I just made,
Yeah.
and now I'll connect.
connect.
And I like
Yeah.
to connect to it through Minicom, so I'll just do that.
I'm using Minicom as well.
Yeah, great. and then it just says nutshell. Is it the same?
Yeah, no.
No?
It's welcome to NHSH. So maybe in my understanding, this is an internal bootloader, I think.
I see.
heard
So
from-
maybe
yeah,
maybe
Koizumi-san
the
before.
configuration didn't work. Because the configuration that we did now for the NSH is exactly to be able to have.
Yeah,
this
actually, I
console.
did the same configuration.
It may be the bootloader version. You may have to update it from developer world
You were correct.
with a different version.
Error regarding the flash writer. All right.
And install succeeded.
Please try to build it again.
Yeah, I tried it twice.
Oh.
Maybe this will be third time.
So yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
the bootloader. So let's try to get the bootloader to work. So I'm going to the Spresense website and I will check the instructions for bootloader.
I saw this kind of message before. So maybe something strange, but sometimes I saw similar message. It stops inside the bootloader. I think. Yeah.
Camila, can you share your terminal while you execute the write flash command?
Yes, of course.
Because we're seeing a different message here.
Okay.
I sent
so-
the message for the bootloader.
Anybody
Yes.
succeeded to?
that might be the reason. You might be without this Spresense bootloader. So we need to fix that first to make sure that everyone has the bootloader flashed. So let's follow the instructions for the bootloader here.
Just a second. Check with the guys if someone succeed to build the bootloader.
Yeah, I think so.
The board
I think so.
specifically. Alguém conseguiu gravar na placa? E tá funcionando? Apareceu o Nutex lá? Não. Mesmo erro. Go to the section on the website.
Yeah.
To fix the bootloader first.
Okay. I need to find the website with the bootloader to download. Just a minute. Sorry, my computer is a little slow. Here. Okay. Download.
Camila, just in case, if you are able to open the YouTube and share the links directly on the YouTube chat, it's easier
Okay.
for us to get them.
Just a minute. Sorry, the instructions on the latest firmware on the website is not actually the latest firmware, so I'll just find the link for you real quick. Where do I go? think Sorry, guys. I thought this would be faster. I'm getting there.
Are you building the bootloader, Camila?
Yeah, my problem is that on the Spresense website, we have a page for the new bootloader, the newest bootloader, and it's not updated. So I'm trying to find the newest one. And
All right.
okay, let's try with this one. Because this is 2.4, but we are not in 2.4 anymore. We're in 3.1. But yeah. Can you send me the link to the YouTube so that I can go to the YouTube?
Camila,
comment?
try to paste the link that you just copied in the browser and replace 2.4 with 3.1.
I tried, it didn't work. See, 3.31000. It says page not found.
Okay.
So I don't know. I usually get like an error message. And that's how I find myself, but yeah. Can anyone send me the YouTube link for the transmission so I can send in the chat? But let's try with version 2.4.
Just a second, I will send you the link of the live.
No. It's not gonna work. Okay.
I have 3.1.
You have the what?
I have 3.1.
Oh,
The link is coming.
And then this is the instructions to flash the bootloader.
You have the latest one in the chat.
Perfect.
I've just posted it on YouTube channel, so you can download the link there.
Yes, there is a question on YouTube. Let me stop sharing my screen. There is a question on YouTube. What is your make build time? how many make G4 versus make G8, how many CPUs is in your machine? Yes, I think with the make, the G tag, you choose how many cores you're engaging.
Actually, on the developer word in the open source section, we are using N threads, and that will automatically detect how many threads your machine has and configure it properly. If you want to manually specify, you can specify any number up to the maximum number of threads that your machine has.
I think, Aline, I think to flash the bootloader, they will need to go through the Spresense instructions, right? To be able to access the flash script.
Yes, but that will happen only once, and after that, they do not need those instructions.
True. So we need to start on setup for Linux, 2.1 setup for Linux. So let me.
We cannot see your screen. We see.
Start here. Yes, I'm sending the link on YouTube. We need to start here in the Spresense guide for the SDK setup for Linux, I believe.
I think that you only need the clone. Yeah, that one.
I have a question. We will be using the pre-built bootloader, or we will build the bootloader from the source?
We are using the pre-built one.
All right.
We have to download the SDK to access the tool that will allow us to flash the bootloader.
Okay, thank you, Aline.
Another way to download the bootloader that it might be easier, especially if you're familiar with the Arduino IDE, is to install the Arduino IDE and the Spresense library for it. And then there's just like a quick burned bootloader button. So it's 2 ways to do it. Like this. Yeah. This is the Spresense Arduino library guide too. So if you already have Arduino installed, or if you feel like it, there's also you can install the Spresense library, and there is like a quick burn bootloader button here.
I think that we should stick to the command line and
Yeah, just a thought.
can you proceed? Did everybody manage to download the Spresense SDK?
But you also need to install the development tools right here. Setup for Linux. You need to install the development tools like this. I think so.
We already have them because we installed the toolchain manually. So that is not needed.
So it's only the GitHub.
Only the clone. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then if we go to flashing bootloader, we need to extract the binary zip like this. And then flash the bootloader into the mainboard using the flash script, passing Spresense and the name of the board.
Can you do it on your computer just to test that everything works?
People are cloning the Spresense repository. We are using the 3.1 version, Camila, or
Yes, 3.1.
3.1, okay.
I downloaded on my computer. Now I've cloned. Oops.
We cannot see your terminal.
I'll show everything. I'll show entire screen. Copy. Put the path here.
You have to be in this presence.
Yeah. Still, maybe I need to be inside the SDK. Well, no, I don't know. Let's see.
You need 3.8.
Yep. Let me do something here. Choosing 3.8. Good. So I extracted. Now,
Cloning the Spresense repository yet.
okay.
You have to adjust the path.
So, I think the same one here.
It is repos presence or something like that. Not that one.
Yeah, here. It's repos. Let me see the name of my path. Home.
Home Camila, not home user.
And then repos. Still nothing.
Type PWD.
It's not, yeah.
Where is the page about the bootloader?
Here. I put in the YouTube channel. Let me put it again.
All right.
Here is the instructions.
All right.
And this is the download file. So after you've cloned the Spresense repository and downloaded the bootloader, then you're going to go in Spresense/SDK and you're going to do this command.
All right.
Tools/flash, and then here you, instead of download zip file, you just put the path to the file you downloaded. And this bootloader process, this is something that you just do once, and then you use your board freely. Yeah. So just something that you have to do in the first use. Or if, of course, there's like a major SDK upgrade and you want to upgrade it.
That's strange because we are not seeing your messages on YouTube chat. The YouTube chat.
I can see messages. I'm right under Richard Park.
No, we can't find your message regarding the links. We
I
will
can
refresh
confirm.
the page.
I can confirm they don't appear on my side.
They don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I
The
will
last
put it
message
here.
is from CD-ROM. Ali, maybe you can try to send some messages also in YouTube.
The last message is from whom? Sorry?
CD-ROM.
Yeah.
CD-ROM.
That's funny. I see mine. Okay.
Não. Pode zoomar.
I forwarded the messages using Nutex channel.
Thank you, Tiago.
Thank you.
Mas aí você vai precisar clonar primeiro. Vê se tem lá em cima.
Eu acho que a gente rebaixou, né?
Não, esse não é o Nutex, não. Você vai precisar baixar o...
Did you paste also the message regarding the bootloader? That one is in my last message and Camila's message also.
Em cima. Para Linux. Ali em cima, mais um pouquinho. Mais... Aí, esse aí, exatamente.
Yeah, and this is what it looks like for me. First I did tools flash, and then the Spresense binaries 310 that I downloaded. And then I flashed using tools/flash.sh and my path, and it just installs a bunch of things.
Just confirm, Camila, after we clone the Spresense repository, we just need to follow the instructions on the flashing bootloader, right?
Yeah, exactly. After you download, we come here to I am in set 7.flashing bootloader. So you download the bootloader, then you have to go in the Spresense/SDK folder, and then you run this command here. like replacing this with the path to your downloaded file.
So basically from the SDK, we just need that script.
Yes. I'll just use the restroom for a bit, so I will be back in a second.
Camila, maybe to speed up the bootloader, since it's not an important part of the tutorial, but it's important to have the bootloader more recent in the board. Maybe we can just get these two computers that is working and just update the remaining boards with the right bootloader, so we can gain some time, save some time. I mean, what do you think?
I'm back. How are we doing?
Camila, someone else was suggesting here, maybe we can get these two computers that can update the bootloader and just update the remaining bootloaders of the boards, the remaining boards. Because...
Oh, I see. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Helping each other out, yeah.
Okay, so let's ask here.
Let me see if we have questions on YouTube.
Terminou?
to flash the bootloader in one of the PCs that you were able to.
Yeah, there are two computers flashing the remaining ones.
That's good. Teamwork.
That's a good news. Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
Live sessions problems.
Indeed. But that means that we can go back into flashing NATEX and seeing that everybody managed to get to the shell.
yes.
Exactly. Those who already flashed the new bootloader were able to build NUTX successfully. So we are just waiting for the others to flash the bootloader.
That's great.
Thank you.
We just need one more board to finish. Please raise your hands. Which of you already have the bootloader update? Okay, guys, please raise the hands. The people we are already with the updated bootloader. One. This one, two. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's better to ask who hasn't the bootloader.
Yeah, they are not so confident it is flashed, but it's already flashed.
Okay. So now we go back to the NUTX part. We had already flashed our NUTX.spk, and we were supposed to have connected to our board and be seeing that on the screen. So do you need me to go back and do that process again? Should I? Or can everyone already see this, the NUTX shell?
I think at least 3 persons can already see the NUTX shell.
Cool.
Okay.
So let's wait for everyone to be able to see it.
Okay. Masayu, did you get the NUTX shell? Okay.
Show some demonstration of multiprocessor. I changed the configuration.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
While people are finishing flashing the bootloader, we have a question in the YouTube chat about long-term support version of Nutanix from Andre Almeida. Andre, we don't have a long-term support version of Nutanix, but we have constantly releases of Nutanix. So we always encourage you to download the last version of Nutanix and using the most updated version of Nutanix. I don't know if I answered your questions. Camila, we have a question on YouTube. All right. I think Andrea already answered that, but if you can double check.
Are Flash tool and Flash Writer different tools? Yes.
Alguma placa ainda a ser gravada? Alguma placa a ser gravada? Todo mundo gravou? Buildando o que? O Nutanix? Ah, ok.
Great.
I think about this question from Richard Park about the where get the Flasher tool. It's already in the SDK of the Sony.
Yes.
So, yeah.
When you clone into this Spresense repository, you get it.
I'm sorry, I didn't saw that my audio was turned on when I was speaking Portuguese.
It's okay. If you need to speak some Portuguese on site to communicate better, it's I don't know. I see only Flash. Where can I get the Flasher tool? Okay, so let me go back to. So when you clone into the Spresense repository, it is under the tools directory. So you have tools/flash.sh. So this is the one that we're using right now. And am I sharing? Yeah, let me share the whole thing. Here I'm answering a question that was on YouTube. So here I am under Spresense development guides, then SDK getting started guide for the CLI. And then I'm on 7.flashing bootloader. So when you clone into the Spresense repository, then it is under tools, and then you have flash.sh. It's a script for flashing. See, this is the one, flash.sh. So this is what we're calling. It is under Spresense SDK tools. ls command. Okay, where do you want me to execute an ls command? Someone's asking me to execute ls command. I don't know where, so I'll just execute in many places. So this is where my Spresense repository is. This is where I downloaded it. So if I do ls, I'll see their SDK folder. So I can go into that. I can do ls, and then I'll have tools. So I can go into tools, ls, and then I'll see flash.sh. This is what we're calling now, to flash the bootloader. And then maybe you wanted to see my Nutex folder. This is where it is. Or maybe you wanted to see my Nutex shell. So here's where it is. Just did ls on everything. Of course, you're welcome. So, talking a little bit more about this Nutex shell, if I go into it and I do help, I can see everything that I have available that I can use. I'll see the built-in apps. And the next thing that I want us to do is to have a real application running. And we can start with the most simple application ever, which is the Hello World. So I'll go outside to my Nutex shell, to my Nutex folder. And then we can, when everyone is ready, we can configure the hello example so that we can see it running on our board. That will be our first step. Then we can increment that to more interesting examples.
All right, we are just waiting for some people to flash the Nutex, and
there's no rush. In the meantime, I'm looking in YouTube, so if you guys have any questions about maybe just this Spresense board in general, use cases, I don't know, anything, I'm here looking at them.
I think we can move on. Everybody was able to run the Nutex shell example.
Perfect. So now something that I want to mention is that previously what we did, and let me go back to the build instructions. Previously, what we did is that we did this grep Spresense command so that we could see the pre-existing configurations, right? But I want to show you that there's also another way. Something that I can do is that I can say make menu config, and I will go into this configuration menu. And here's configurations for everything that you can think of. Something that you can do to navigate this menu is that you can press the slash and you can type something that you're looking for. So for example, now I want to run the hello example. I already know that there is an example called hello. So I want to run that. So I will search for hello. And here I'll see that there is a configuration called example/hello underscore hello. So I want to enable that so that I can make my notex with the examples hello, and I can call it on my board so that I can see something. So I'm going to press 1, and that goes into that, and I can press Y on my keyboard. And when I press Y, you see that there is this little asterisk here on the hello example. So that means that now it is enabled. So then I'll go save and exit. Exit. And then I can make again. Also, so, can everyone see everything? Oh, okay. Also, maybe to make it more interesting and we can start like doing our own thing, we can change this hello example to say hello Camila and to say hello your name. So maybe this is starting to get more interesting. So what we can do is here in the notex repository, actually there is this apps repository too, right? Notex and apps. I'm going to go into apps and I'm going to go into examples. And I will see that there is an example called hello. And here you can see like a bunch of examples, right? LEDs, capture, camera, there's a bunch of examples. So I'm going to go into hello and I'm going to change it to say hello, something that I want. So hello Camila, hello notex, something. And I'll save it. So now it is here. And now I'm going to build with the little changes that I've made. So I'm going to do make and wait a little bit while it makes. And you can already see here that we have, previously we only had SH and NSH, and now we also have hello. So this is a good indication that my configuration worked. And I chose the hello configuration there. And I also advise you to change the hello a little bit, just so that you can find yourself within the apps folder and find the hello example, change it, like put hello something, just so you get into this flow of modifying an example and make it your own. Okay, so my file was created. So I'm going to flash it to my board. Okay, I'll just copy paste. And now that I've flashed, I'm gonna go in with Minicom. And this is my NetX shell. And I'm gonna say help. And I see the hello is there. So I'm gonna call hello. And it says hello NetX. So my changes worked. And I can see hello NetX. So that's a good step. We have chosen an example we want. We have modified it, made it our own. And it verified that it is working. So when everyone gets to this point, then we can try maybe a more interesting example.
Camila, we have a question in the YouTube chat
Oh, good.
of André Almeida. Camila, to try another examples, it's necessary to repeat that steps?
Yes, so to try another example, the thing you need to do is to configure the board. Here, I've configured it for the hello example. So say I want to configure for another example, then I have to reconfigure and make again and flash again. And we're going to do this process now. I'm going to look into the examples folder here to see if there's something interesting. Let me see how these LEDs work. I think the one I'm going to run now is the examples camera. So if I do a Spresense grep again, let me see some options. Since I have my camera connected, what I'm going to do now is run the examples camera. So that's Spresense two colons and example camera. So let me try that one. So I'll do exactly the same steps. I'm first going to configure. So this is what I ran earlier. It said Spresense NSH. So now instead of NSH, I'm going to run example _ camera. And I don't know if that was clear, but this is like two ways to do it. Like I can choose a pre-configured configuration and do this like Spresense example camera. So this is already like ready and there for me. Or I can do make menu config and do all the configurations that I want, right? So since this one is already ready for me, I'll just run it Spresense example _ camera. And it says that I've already configured, so I need to clean to configure again. So I'm going to make this clean.
It's worth mentioning something. Yeah. Whenever you have a config that you created yourself, let's say that you wanted to try something with the audio, or you wanted to try a new sensor that is not provided as default config, you will always do a make save dev config, and that one will create a new configuration file for you that can be saved as a menu item in the configure.sh. This is how we created all those example configurations for you in the past 4 years or so. So for each config that will suit your needs, you can create your own configuration that you can always load with tools configure.sh presence that config name.
Yes, it's highly configurable. So what I've done now is to configure my NetX with the camera example that was already there, ready for me. So after configuration, I build. So I'm going to do make.
You can also do a make G8, and it will speed up the compilation quite a lot.
Okay.
As an example, Control C now and just repeat the command.
NetX was successfully created, so I'll flash. While I'm flashing, let me check YouTube. So when you build an application, upload to the target without rebuilding entire OS. So what it does is that once you make a change, it will build only the things that changed, meaning if you changed very little from one build to the other, the build will go faster. So what it rebuilds depends on how much you've changed, if that makes sense.
Maybe a better answer would be, or a more inclusive answer will be that since this is an embedded microcontroller, you will always flash the full operating system on the NAND, on the storage, no matter how much you change. You cannot just copy an application like you would do with Linux. You have to rebuild everything. For Linux embedded, it is mainly the same idea. You have a read-only storage and you don't want to change it.
So then go into my board. I can do help just so that we see that now my camera is there, the camera example, and I can call it. And it will, if my camera is correctly connected, if it's not, I will see an error here saying that video is not initialized, but since my camera was correctly connected, it says that it's taking 10 pictures as RGB file, and it's saving to my flash memory. And then you can see that it's taking 10 pictures and it's saving under that file name. And with the way this example is written is that if you have your SD card inserted into your extension board, you will save the pictures to your SD card instead, and you can see them in your computer. So this is a good example to run because then it will test if you have correctly connected your camera to your board.
We are waiting for everyone to be the filmer.
So someone on YouTube was sharing, asking me to share some Notix use case stories, if I know any. So since the Spresense SDK is built on Notix, and I think all of the use cases that I mentioned previously, I think they go here. Like I said, a place that is very good to find inspiration is on the Hackster content. Maybe I will access it now so we can maybe go through some of them. Here, if I go to Hackster contest / Spresense 2022, I see the winners of this contest. And this is a good place to see some interesting use cases. And then going into them, you can see like what combination of features they used and what did they build. So here you have, for example, bionic arm control. This is the one I talked about, and it was built using TensorFlow Lite. This one was the Smart Student Driver Assistant. It was built using Edge Impulse. But they all used I think all of them used the Spresense SDK. So it is built on Notix. For example, here we have a free car parking monitoring device. So this guy put a Spresense on his window to monitor when there were free parking available on his street, so he could like move his car closer or something. That was interesting. We have using AI and IoT to help grow food in remote greenhouses. So this guy had a greenhouse and he 3D printed a case for Spresense, and he put the Spresense plus the camera in the greenhouse. This one was super funny. He used it to build a gun-like thing, like gloves to kill poison ivy. So it would identify poison ivy, and when it identified poison ivy, it would automatically shoot poison to kill the plants. So that was funny. And then we had some other things like bicycle computer on Spresense, pothole detection, leak monitoring, saving Japanese deer, and face mask detector. And those are only examples that like happen in that contest, but it's a good place to start seeing things. So if we open this one, for example, you see that the reason that I recommend Hackster projects for inspiration is because they are usually very well documented. So you see everything he used from like hardware. Actually, this one used it. They were doing Arduino ID instead of the CLI. But so here It says the whole background, methodology he used, and you can see everything he used. And yeah, they usually share code, schematics. So I usually recommend Hackster examples because they're well documented and they serve for inspiration on projects that use Spresense. I've seen lately, since I've been working with, like the past 2 years, I've been working with Spresense, I've seen a lot of applications on agriculture. So there is a very big interest in agriculture, like monitoring live, like animals to like livestock, I think is what they call it. So like monitoring cows and their state and their health, monitoring plants, and that kind of thing. And it's good that like Spresense has built-in GPS. So if you see that there's something wrong, you can send the location. So like if an animal gets lost, you can send the location of where it is. So I've seen a lot of applications on agriculture lately. And this was all answering a question that was on YouTube.
Camila.
Yes.
Some people are asking how they can copy the pictures from the camera.
Oh, okay.
Use the NSCOM, for example, MSCOM.
So the way that I seen it before, so I will send you a link here. Spresense. Oops. I've seen with we have an example with the Z modem. So we have a guide for that. So let me show you. Examples, and also I can share my screen so you can see how I'm finding this.
With an SD card, that one will appear as a storage device in your computer. Without an SD card, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so with an SD card, it would be the easier scenario. But if you do not have an SD card right now, so what we can try is this Z modem file transfer. And this is under developersony.com, Spresense, then developer guides, Spresense SDK, examples and tutorials. And I will, of course, send the link here on YouTube. And yeah, so this tutorial shows you how to transfer a file from the host PC to the Spresense board. So this is actually a very good exercise now. I can recommend, like, it would be nice to give you some time to play around with your Spresense board, and a couple of exercises I could recommend. As one is, for example, to go into the camera example. So now we just ran this pre-built example with the camera. So a good thing would be for you to go into the camera example and change it a little bit. For example, change the number of pictures that is taken, change the seconds, like the waiting time between the pictures, or maybe the format. You can change. There's RGB. You can also get them in JPEG. So just if you could go around and change some things, that would be nice. And the other thing that you could do is try to see those pictures with this Z modem file transfer. And for this one, so I can give you like a way to go. Let me see. If we go into our Spresense repository and yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please send us the link on Jitsi, because it's not appearing on...
Oh yeah, I forgot that you guys can see my messages on... Okay.
I will repost it. Thank you, and for...
Yeah, it's here. So yeah, here is the guide. And then if we go into Spresense, SDK, and then configs, you see that this Z modem, we configured it as a feature. So it is here under features and Z modem. And then you have the def config. and then you have the configurations that you need to be able to follow this guide, right? So this is a pretty good example for you guys to try now. You can make this config. You can make menu config, and then look for these configurations, put them just as they are now, and then follow this guide to transfer files from this Spresense board to your host PC. And if you configured everything right, it should be just like a simple command like this. So it would be great for you guys to try it now, or try changing the camera example, or try running any other examples that you think is interesting and you want to see what it does. Someone on YouTube was asking features from Spresense that are differential. So, like they said, the embedded 6 cores, it's a good feature. Something else that we've been hearing that are very good is, so the whole process, the whole fabrication process is made so it is very low power consumption. So that's something that's really good. Something else that I've heard from users that they enjoyed is very small form factor. So if you need it and you're building something and you need it to be small, so it can be like a very small board, very low power consumption, some computational power. So those are all features from Spresense that are differential.
Thank you, Camila, for the explanation and also talk about this low power feature. Anyone else has some other question or issues faced running the camera, or we can move on? It's okay. Okay, Camila, I think it's okay for the camera. So.
Yes, now I think I would just like to that you guys play around with the board a little bit, that you experiment with some other examples, experiment with the file transfer to see if you're able to see your pictures. That could be something cool to do too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have some other suggestion of example should be nice they execute today that, for example, doesn't need the SD card or something like that?
Let me see. Something with maybe with the LEDs that we want to make them. We want to see the LEDs as something visual that we can try and see the LEDs. That would be nice. Modifying the camera example is good. What else? Let me see some examples here.
Okay, maybe we can also raise a challenge here. If one of you want to put the Z modem to work and recover the file from the camera flash, I think it's interesting to have this challenge today, because they already know how things work, and so we can give some help here.
Yeah, I would love to see a selfie from you guys taken on Spresense.
So guys,
this is the challenge.
Yeah, let's accept the challenge. Okay, so let's try.
Yeah.
Thank you, Camila.
Of course.
Can Can you hear me? They don't. They got the file, but now they need to convert this file. How they do that?
Okay, so I did like a while back. I did a Python script to convert that. I can share with you guys.
Could you please put in the?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Camila. Let's see.
Okay.
Ela postou lá, tem que... Camila, also about these questions, for example, the CXD 5602 chip is available for purchase, and for using custom design, or is only for Spresense dev board? There is a question on the YouTube.
Let me see it. Is the chip available for purchase? No, actually not. Is it intended just for? It's just intended for the Spresense dev boards. So they're not sold individually. I think you can for like a very high sales volume, but like super high. But no, the easy answer is no. And what you can do is do like a custom extension board for your Spresense main board.
You can always contact us over email and we can link you with somebody from sales. Since we are doing open source, we can't really answer this question, but we can link you with the appropriate person if you want to purchase the chip.
Thank you, Camila. Thank you, Aline.
I put my script on the call. It's like a little script I did like 2 years ago, I think, to convert from the RGB binary to be able to, from the binary to the RGB to be able to see it.
Yeah. And Masayuki just suggested to put it in the SDK to avoid it.
I should, yeah. I should.
Actually, I think that it's even better if we put it directly in Notex.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Because there are many other specific for other boards, so there is no issue putting there.
But that one I just did in Python because it was like.
Camila, please contribute it. It will be your first contribution to mainline.
Yeah, yeah, true. Nice. And also I think Camila's tutorial are very good, and maybe she could move this tutorial that are generic to generic documentation, for example, to have tutorials like that. It should be a good contribution as well.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you, Camila. Thank you, Ali.
Is it okay if I take a selfie with you guys?
Also, Camila, we create Nutex channel in the Instagram with many pictures of this event.
Perfect.
You can put it in your Instagram and link yourself, your self picture.
Wait, what is the profile? Sorry, from the Nutex profile on Instagram?
Nutex channel is in the Nutex channel in the Instagram.
Nutex channel, yeah. Perfect. Maybe you can post a picture of like what's happening right now, of like people working on the board and such.
Yeah, good idea. Let's post some people studying and doing the.
Yeah. YouTube. CD Room says bye-bye.
Camila and Ali, I think today we are already done here. So if you and Alin want to go to rest, I think it's fine.
Were you able to see the pictures?
I just post some in the.
No, I mean taken from the Spresense board.
Yes, there is some. I can do only for the board. Just a second.
I want to see a selfie taken from Spresense.
Okay. Did you take the self? The self to? It's still trying to do the conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the arm. Okay, understood. Yeah. Yeah. There's some small need to use a virtual machine here because it's a Mac with the ARM architecture. So they need it because bootloader or something like that need Intel to build and to install. So Masayuki is just using it, so it's a little slow to do this process over the virtual machine, but it's going on. let's carry on.
And I think before we finalize it, me and Aline, I think it might be good to hear from the people that were using the board. Any feedback that they might have, like what did they think? Things that were easy, things that were hard.
Yeah, good
feedback
idea.
on documentation. Things like that are very useful for us.
Sure. Let interview the first participant here. This is George. Actually, Jorge, because he's from Bolivia. So Jorge, what to think about the Spresense? What for your friends that didn't receive it because they didn't came? What do you think?
Sorry, my English is very poor. I think, but I think the hardware is really good. It's very different. In Brazil, it's not normal. We work with this kind of board. Sony. I think I never see anything using Sony board here.
Yes, and it also has 6 microcontroller internally. So I think it's not easy to find another chip with this number of microcontrollers internally.
Yes, but I like probably we search about this camera to use in our products in the future too.
Very, very nice.
But we like a lot and with Masayoki. Masayoki helped a lot to us to write the bootloader and write the applications.
Thank you very much, George. So let's see. Let's poke other people.
So I think that maybe I can understand from his feedback that he really enjoyed the hardware, but like maybe one constructive feedback is that maybe the bootloader process should be a little bit easier.
Yeah, so let's ask what you need about what you think about the process to build. Do you think it's a little bit difficult, easy? What is good? What is
Was
not?
the bootloader hard to flash?
Yeah, about the bootloader.
I think is when we build here, we think it's very different the bootloader because I think he needs to write the build was expensive time, but the Masayo expense tell me they use a 6 processors, right? And they need to write all these CPUs. But it's not easy when it's starting off zero, but with the community can help in the future to build and flash the CPU.
Great.
Yes, I think George gave a very good feedback about it. It's not easy, but because the microcontroller also is very different, has many internal engines, so it has a reason to be this way, for example. But he suggests the community can try to help to improve it or give some feedbacks like that to make Sony also to improve it. Thiago?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thiago speaking. I'm not appearing on the screen.
Hi, Thiago.
Maybe a good suggestion would be to override the make recipes on Nutanix to build or download the pre-built bootloader and make it a step before actually downloading the firmware or something like that. We can try to write recipes specialized for Sony, for example, to make the bootloader and to flash directly using Nutanix, maybe.
I can answer to that one. Flashing the image is already integrated in Nutanix, but since the bootloader has to be flashed only once when you get a pristine board, there is no reason for all that to be linked to Nutanix.
All right, but can you maybe provide a command just to flash it even once upon a time, or just update? I don't know.
Normally, there should be a direct link to the firmware on Developer World, and that is the link that is missing in this moment. And both me and Camila was looking for it.
All right.
So
It's not even that it's missing, it's just not updated. I will
Yes.
do that on Monday.
it's missing the right version.
Yeah.
So we will do our best to fix it as soon as possible. I think that we lost one of the computers in the university.
Yeah, I can't see you guys anymore.
Yeah. Let's wait for them. I messaged them. Let's see if they see the message.
Is the bootloader firmware also open? No, it is not. The bootloader firmware is shared in binary format, so that's not open. That was a question on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you, Camila. They are back. Welcome back.
Yes, now we are back.
All right. I'm sorry. We missed you guys.
There's some microphone friction in some clothes. Yeah, take picture. Take the self. Run. You take many pictures. Come, everybody here to take pictures. Turn. Okay. Let's see. Finish capturing. Expire. Okay, okay. So either mount the SD card and copy.
We have a question about the bootloader firmware. Is the bootloader firmware also open?
No,
What?
it's not.
While you were away, we already went to the YouTube channel and answered the questions.
Yeah, but the bootloader is only shared in binary format, so it's not that one is not open.
Camila, is there some plan to release some of these bootloader in the future as open source? For example, I remember in the past, when we did the first workshop in Netherlands, we only updated the bootloader of the GNSS or the GPS, let's put it this way. But now I think we need to update more bootloaders because the board is evolving, and so it's normal to update them. Is there some, for example, some way that Sony can make these bootloaders available for the community in the future, or they are very they use some very proprietary algorithm to make things work, and there's no possible, for example, to release it.
So my honest answer is that I don't know. I am not aware of those plans, and I can investigate. But for now, I haven't heard of any plans to open previous versions of the bootloader.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your sincere response. Okay, we took the pictures. You can rotate it. Yeah. Click here. Yeah, transform, rotate. Yeah, like. Okay, for here, image rotate. Right click. Image, transform, rotate. Transform, and you rotate the order. Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah. We got the Sony.
The selfie?
Yeah.
Yay! Challenge accepted, challenge delivered.
Yeah. Very nice.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
Share.
You are in the GTC meeting,
Yeah, in the
Masayuki.
GTC.
It's
Also, I
easier
put it
for
in
you to
the-
share your screen.
In the Instagram, just a second.
Here. Exactly.
Okay, Don, it's already in the Instagram.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
Congratulations, Camila and Ali. I think it's mission completed.
Yes, mission accomplished. You guys were awesome.
He's going to share. Masayuki. He's asking to share the screen in the GTC to people.
Of course.
Masayuki is trying to share the screen as well in the GTC to let people see it over the YouTube. Yeah. Okay, I think Masayuki shared.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yes, nice selfie.
yeah. Congratulations. Very good. So I think finally Camila and Aline can rest in peace.
Yes, it was a long day.
Of course.
Can I just say that I just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this hands-on workshop. It was such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for sticking with us and for accepting the challenge and posting a great picture with a great selfie with Spresense. That was really good.
Okay, thank you very much, Camila and Ali. And I think this is your first NURIX International Workshop contribution. And I hope see you next year and the next, and still doing this great work you are doing, creating very nice tutorials. Now I can rest in peace because you can create better video tutorial than doing the best. And thank you very much, Ali, for all your patience, because sometimes I get very worried. Oh, why we cannot do that? Because we did something in the last year. Why we cannot did the same way again? And thank you for your comprehension and for patience and to make it happen. And I'm sorry to pushing hard all the time, but I want this event to be even better. I think we need to improve a lot for the next events, because I think I didn't do the right divulgation, that right advertising, and so move on. Let's do better next event.
Thank you, Alan.
Great.
Considering the amount of time and the fact that it is the first physical event that we organize after 4 years, and all the difficulties that we had, plus the technical difficulties due to the fact that the software evolved and it's no longer compatible, I would say that we did a really good job. The team is really small. We are 4 people organizing this event. I want to thank everybody that has been involved and everybody that participated today with us. The event is already closing to 10 hours and a half of streaming. We will work next week on preparing the videos as split videos for each of the sessions. And then we will post them on YouTube for everybody to be able to watch them. Technical difficulties have been today with us. There have been incompatibilities here and there. It has been a long day, and I think that everybody deserves a round of applause. Not only the participants, but also us, the ones that managed to end the first day in quite a good way. And I hope to see you tomorrow with even bigger numbers if it is possible. And hopefully the technical difficulties that we had today and we managed to fix today will make tomorrow a better day with less technical challenges.
Yes. Perfect.
Thank you, Camila. Thank you, Aline.
Thank you.
Just a
Camila,
reminder.
thank you, Ali. I think we can just do a self in the Jitsi. Thiago doesn't like to take pictures, but Thiago, come on. You need to be, no. Ali, Camila, ask Thiago to show up online.
Alan, show up. Tiago, show up.
Please, Thiago.
Mostra a cara, Tiago.
In Portuguese, no excuse.
Com ênfase.
Of the infrastructure. Come here, look. Come here, everyone.
Everybody,
Let's take
like to take a picture.
screenshot picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come here. Come here.
Ali, maybe you can put take this one first, take a print screen, and then put the local camera in the full screen.
Shamala.
This is what I'm doing. but please be
Pode olhar pra cá.
patient.
Aquele
I'm taking
equipamento
I'm
estranho.
taking a screenshot of everyone. If you want to zoom into them,
Yeah.
we can share
Camila,
the work.
take a print screen now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
and then full screen as well.
3. You guys are looking at the wrong direction. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, we are waiting for
Yeah.
more people to arrive.
Ok. Pode ser aqui mais pra lá.
Mas pra lá. Pera, gente, é mais fácil.
Tiago, move to the picture. Come on.
Some people are cutting on the edges. Yes, perfect. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Yes.
Wait a minute, Alan. Can you share the whole screen because
He's
it's
trying.
very different on. All right.
I did it.
3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay, I have a screenshot.
All right. That's perfect.
Ok. Thank you very much, Camila. Thank you very much, Ali.
Bye bye. See you
Bye-bye,
tomorrow.
guys. See you
Bye bye.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you for today. Have a nice evening and afternoon.
Tchau, pessoal.
Tchauzinho.
Bye.
Agora pode falar em português.
Tchau.
Tchau.